Jack Dorsey just fired 4,000 software engineers. Not because they were bad at their jobs, because AI agents could do their jobs better. Everyone is screaming that AI is coming for your job. Nobody's showing you how. Enter agents, the workforce of the future.
Russ, everywhere I look, man, on the TV, I listen to the radio, I watch podcasts, AI is coming for my job, AI is coming for your job. I don't get it. I use AI, check my emails. I use AI to write emails. I use AI to send some memos. If I need to send a letter, I use AI to help create and edit. And so I'm an AI guy, man. I'm on top of this, right? I don't understand how's it gonna take my job when that's like what I use it for, what it's used for.
Well, you're right. That AI is not going to take your job. It can't.
There you go, baby.
You're safe. Done.
I'm safe.
Actually, not really. So last week, Jack Dorsey, guy that started Twitter, now running Square, let go of 4,000 software engineers, really smart guys. And his reasoning was, I let these people go because AI can do a better job of that. That's going to take your job. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The difference between what you're using and agents.
Okay, so this is the Second-HalfMan show. Today we're going to talk about what Russ is the agents that might be coming for us. I don't know. So if you like what you're seeing, if you like the topics, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Listen to us. We drop new shows every Tuesday. We're hoping this information you find helpful. So Russ, let's dive a little deeper, right? We got to go into this now.
All right. So you and I have been talking about the gap between those that are actually commanding systems and AI and technology and those that are not. Well, this is the main component of the gap getting wider and wider, and almost the entirety of why some people will be on one side of the gap and almost everybody else will be on the other. You have to know what AI is actually capable of doing, and the key word in that sentence is doing, not answering, not helping, doing. And that is what an agent is. That is an AI agent.
Agent ain't a chatbot, right?
No, an agent is not a chatbot. As a matter of fact, the chatbot's just layer one. That's where, that's where most men stop. They do exactly what you're doing. They use it as a conversation partner. Ask it questions and you get an answer. It's responsive. It doesn't do anything on its own or going forward, and can't really complete work other than help you get your work done.
I'm a layer one guy?
You and about 300 million people that are using ChatGPT right now, so you're not alone. So don't feel bad. Yeah. So the next layer 2, is actually a step further. It's like the Copilot, let's call it. It actually sits inside your workflows, will make suggestions about what either the next line of code is or the next paragraph that you should write, give you drafts for it, help you autofill spreadsheets, might even help you build the spreadsheet a little bit. But that's the whole point of the Copilot, is to assist you. The Copilot assists you to fly the plane. That's still not taking your job.
I'm a layer 2 guy.
Oh, you just graduated from layer 1 to layer 2.
You made me aware. Awareness, man. Awareness.
There you go. But the big thing is, and where the crux of this all is layer 3, the agent. What Deloitte calls the silicon workforce. It's the actually the workforce of the future. These agents is where everything changes, right? That's the big shift from either being a chatbot and answering you, or being your assistant and helping you do things. Agent can actually do work. You give it a goal and it figures out the steps. It breaks the goal down into tasks. It decides which tools to use. It executes across multiple systems, and it handles the exceptions and reports back to you when it's done. It's not a search engine. It's not an assistant. It's a worker. And that's what's going to take your job.
But Russ, if you scale this, I mean, how big do you think this is the agents are going to be? How big, is this? What's the impact of this whole thing, man?
It's going to be everything, man. I mean, and it's not just that it's starting. We're well into this and we don't even realize it, right? So Gartner predicts this year now that 40% of all enterprise applications will have task-specific agents embedded in these enterprises actually physically doing the work. 40% of all enterprises. And, this is playing itself out every single day. Salesforce just cut its customer support team from 9,000 to 5,000 people, because they're able to use agents in order to replace these. So a recent survey found that 37% of companies expect to replace jobs with AI by the end of 2026, by the end of this year. So all this is really moving forward, and it's really moving forward fast. The scary thing is these are the big enterprises that are doing this, and the small enterprises, a lot of business owners like our guys, only 24% are doing this, and that's just a recipe for disaster, waiting to happen. Big guys are getting bigger. They're utilizing these agents to replace human workers, lowering their headcount, lowering their costs, while we just keep on trucking along doing the same thing. So this isn't a prediction. This is happening right now. And that's why it's so important that we understand the difference between AI, general AI, and this future workforce, the agents.
I guess it's kind of like a trap, right? Because I believe, I believe I'm on top of what's happening with AI, the AI we keep hearing about on the news and on the radio and all that, because I can go in, and speak to ChatGPT. I can prompt, I can ask it questions, I can ask it to assist me, to do a few simple functions. And then the assumption is that, okay, I did my part, I'm up to speed, I don't know what the big deal is about what everybody's talking about, but, I'm on top of it, right? I'm on top of it. I can use this. I don't have to be scared, but yeah, again, I hate to repeat myself, but that seems to be the trap, right? So do we have, do we have a solution? Do we have a solution to this or what?
Yeah, there's always a solution, dude. But what you're explaining right now is exactly right. That's where 90% of the people stop, is at the chatbot layer. And the gap is not between those who use AI and those who don't. It's those that really understand what the hell is going on and utilize AI to do things versus, how most people are using it right now. So yeah, that's the trap for sure.
Okay. Well, give me some solution then.
The speed of what's going on and the depth of what's happening, the biggest solution that we have available to us today is from the sovereign's code of my upcoming book, the Second-Half Manifesto, How to Stay Dangerous When AI and Society Want You Obsolete. And that's really about leverage, right? So sovereign's code element 13 is called force multiplication. And, up until this point in time in man's history, leverage was all about either human capital, leveraging, But today, that leverage also includes these AI agents that can physically do the work, take the work off of your plate and physically get it done. So the biggest solution I have for you is, figure out what's really going on, which is I need to go from layer 1 to layer 3 and employ these agents to do my work in the future, or somebody's going to do it for me.
So we're suggesting multiplying our capabilities, the things we do personally. It's kind of like the guy who has a business. He's very good at whatever it is he does. He's able to bring other people in, train them, and then they can do what he does multiplied, or when he's not there, right? Is that what we're talking about? But in this case, we're not going to be talking about human. We're not going to be using humans to do that with, right? That's pretty much what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, the agents, depending on how you build it, one agent can do the work of 5 people, and it's wow. You got to decide that it's how we employ these agents, and not just that it can be done. This is a how thing at this point. So the future of work is really not the difference between human or machine. It's in the man that knows how to command both. And the question is whether you're that man or not.
So my time, my experience, my age, that's my advantage, right?
Yeah, that's your advantage. That's the advantage for every second half man. Every member of the last analog generation has experience and a wealth of knowledge gained over years of work and getting things done that the average 25-year-old doesn't have. He may be able to code and utilize the technology better than most of us, but he doesn't know where to point it. He doesn't know how to start from nothing and get to done. And that's exactly what you have to do when we're dealing with the agents. We have to command them as to this is what we need to get done. This is step by step how we need to do it. And this is the outcome that we're looking for. This is what done looks like. That the average 25-year-old can't do. And that's why you, with a little bit of extra work, which we're going to talk about now, will get you to where you need to be.
Can we share that information with our guys? Can we give them something to work on like we usually do?
So what you can do right now, this week, is take 30 minutes out of your busy schedule, and you need to map the 3 layers in your own work, right? You take what you have on a daily basis, what you think you're using AI for, and look at those specific repetitive tasks and say, okay, am I handling this myself? Am I handling this with the assistance of AI agents? Or can I have this task be done from start to finish with the end result and have that done by an agent? Because you're going to find out that somewhere between 60 and 70% of those recurring tasks fall into the agent, or can fall into the agent column, and that's where you need to be, is having these agents do every single thing they can to help take that workload off of you so that you can multiply your effectiveness in everything that you're doing. And so once you do this exercise, I want you to do this. Once you do this exercise and you write down, you pick one thing and say, this is what I want the agent to do. You pick that one thing and write down the steps that it would take you to do on your own and what done looks like. If I did this from A to Z and I finished it, what would that look like? And then write that up exactly like that. This is what I want this to be done like this with the outcome to have this, and hand it back to the ChatGPT or Claude or Grok, the LLM you're looking for, and ask it the question: if I gave this as an agentic command, would this be sufficient? And if not, what would I need to do in order to make an agent be able to handle this task from start to finish. That's it.
So I'm going to take one activity, right, that I do, I guess, as an owner or as a manager, and I'm going to describe that. Is that what I'm going to do? I'm going to describe everything that's involved with that particular task, beginning to end. If it was invoicing, from receiving the invoice to paying the invoice, all that information that goes in between.
All the steps that go in between. That's the really important part. Is that. So you number those down. All the steps that are in between, from going to receiving an invoice to either paying it or rejecting it, or writing a response that says, I have a question on this. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Then I'm going to feed that back to my my AI of choice, and ask them what is, again, just, maybe I missed it, but ask them, are these good directions that anybody could follow, or how does that?
Yeah, I would be a little bit more specific. Don't say, are these good directions? Say, is this enough information to get an agent to do the work as I prescribed it? And it will give you an answer. Say yes or no. And if it's a no answer, it will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to fix that. And then you're well on your way. And then you will have discovered within 15 or 20 minutes, or however long it took you to do the whole exercises, that this is really not that hard. It's just a different way to be utilizing the tools that are at your disposal in a whole lot different way than you've been talking with your LLMs in the past. Do you talk to your ChatGPT or Grok or whoever you're using like that?
No.
I didn't think so.
I'm good at asking questions. Though.
So that's the difference. You're not asking questions. You are commanding AI and systems in order to do the work that you want. And I think that's this show in a nutshell.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask anymore. I'm going to tell.
Yes.
Okay. So we've talked about asking questions, telling, commanding AI. We spoke a little bit about our solutions, and we've given them some instructions in how to actually command. Is there anything else that you want to say about this?
I think you hit all the major points, but the biggest thing is it's all about commanding, not prompting. You need to be able to command the system to do what it is that you need to do, not answer your questions or assist you in other things. It's all about getting things done, and you need to command versus prompt, and make sure that happens. If you want more information, you need to get a little deeper on that, you can subscribe to our newsletter. You can get that at second-halfman.com/newsletter, second-halfman.com/newsletter, or click the link below. It'll take you right there to subscribe to our weekly newsletter.
So this is the Second Half Man Show. If you liked what we talked about today, make sure that you hit that like button. Please subscribe. Leave us some comments, leave us some questions. Hopefully we can answer those for you. As usual, I'm 601.
I'm Russ Borden. Stay dangerous.